I want to start this review by telling you about a moment at my father's dinner table last winter. We were in the middle of a conversation, nothing remarkable, just catching up over a meal, and he paused mid-sentence to clear his throat, which he does. He's always done it, but this time he kept clearing it. 3 times, 4 times, and then he made this sound, this labored, rattling inhale, and I watched him just wait for his chest to loosen enough to speak again. He waved it off the way he always does. "Just my chest," he said. "It's nothing." It wasn't nothing. He'd been dealing with chronic mucus buildup, chest tightness, and this persistent wheeze that got worse in cold weather for the better part of 3 years. He'd seen his GP. He used an inhaler occasionally, but nothing was actually shifting it. That evening, I went home and started researching natural respiratory supplements. I spent about 2 weeks going through options, reading labels, looking at ingredient research, reading user reviews, and RespiFlo kept coming up as one of the more substantive formulas in this category. So I ordered it for him, and today I'm going to share everything I found in that research, the full ingredient breakdown, how the formula is designed to work, the exact pricing, the guarantee, and the genuine pros and cons. If you're watching this for yourself or for someone you care about, this is the review I wish I'd found when I started looking. RespiFlo is a natural daily respiratory support supplement, available either as capsules or an oral spray depending on the version you order. It's formulated to support lung health, help clear airway congestion, reduce bronchial inflammation, and improve the quality of each breath, not through synthetic chemicals or prescription-strength compounds, but through a plant-based formula that works with the body's own respiratory processes. It's manufactured in the United States in an FDA-registered, GMP-certified facility. No artificial additives, no synthetic binders, no hormones. The formula is built specifically for adults dealing with recurring respiratory discomfort, whether that's mucus that never quite clears, seasonal chest tightness, environmental sensitivity, or the kind of low-grade wheeze that becomes so familiar you stop noticing it until it gets worse. The brand describes the formula as a lung synergy blend, the idea being that no single ingredient does the whole job, but the 6 ingredients together address the multiple overlapping mechanisms behind respiratory discomfort: mucus, inflammation, oxidative stress on lung tissue, and compromised oxygen efficiency. Most respiratory supplements I looked at during my research targeted one thing: mucus. They'd include one expectorant ingredient and call it done. RespiFlo's approach is different, and it's why it caught my attention. The formula works across 3 simultaneous angles. First, it acts as a natural expectorant, loosening and moving mucus out of the airways so that breathing passages can open. Second, it works as an anti-inflammatory, reducing the bronchial swelling and tissue irritation that creates chest tightness and the urge to cough even when there's nothing much to clear. And third, it supports cellular lung health and oxygen utilization, helping the lungs operate more efficiently at a tissue level, not just in terms of airflow. That 3-angle approach is what makes the ingredient selection logical. Each ingredient is there for a specific reason, and together they cover the full picture of what chronic respiratory discomfort actually involves. Here are the 6 ingredients in the RespiFlo Lung Synergy Blend and the specific role each one plays. 1. Mullein leaf extract. The foundation of the formula, and for good reason. Mullein has been used across traditional European and Native American medicine for lung health for centuries. Modern research confirms what traditional herbalists long understood. Mullein acts as a natural expectorant, breaking up and clearing mucus from the bronchial passages, and as a mild anti-inflammatory, soothing, irritated airway tissue. If there is one ingredient in this formula that has the strongest historical and emerging scientific backing specifically for respiratory use, it is mullein leaf. Think of it as the formula's primary mechanism, the broom for the airways. 2. N-acetylcysteine, NAC. NAC is a precursor to glutathione, one of the body's most powerful antioxidants, and it has a specific and well-documented mechanism in the lungs. It breaks down disulfide bonds in mucus molecules, making mucus significantly thinner and easier to expel. This is not a fringe ingredient. NAC is used in hospital settings as a mucolytic agent for patients with conditions like COPD and bronchitis. Its inclusion in RespiFlo is one of the clearest signals that this formula was designed with clinical logic rather than marketing logic. 3. Quercetin. a plant-derived flavonoid found in onions, apples, and green tea. Quercetin's relevance to respiratory health lies in its ability to stabilize mast cells, the cells that release histamine and trigger the inflammatory cascade behind allergic respiratory reactions, seasonal congestion, and airway hypersensitivity. If the respiratory discomfort you or someone you care about experiences is driven or worsened by environmental triggers, dust, or seasonal allergens, quercetin is the ingredient specifically targeting that mechanism. 4. Bromelain. Derived from pineapple stem, bromelain is a proteolytic enzyme, meaning it breaks down proteins. In the context of respiratory health, it specifically targets the thick inflammatory proteins that contribute to mucus viscosity and bronchial swelling. It works synergistically with Mullein and NAC. While Mullein and NAC work on mucus from different angles, bromelain reduces the inflammation that sustains it. Together, the three create a comprehensive mucus-clearing mechanism that's more effective than any single ingredient could be alone. 5. Cordyceps mushroom. This is the ingredient that elevates RespiFlo beyond a simple mucus-clearing supplement. Cordyceps is a medicinal mushroom with centuries of use in traditional Chinese medicine for enhancing what practitioners called lung qi, what we would now describe as respiratory vitality and oxygen utilization efficiency. Modern sports science research has confirmed that cordyceps can meaningfully improve the body's ability to extract and use oxygen from each breath, which matters not just for athletes, but for anyone who feels chronically short of breath or fatigues easily with exertion. This is the ingredient I was most interested in for my father, given that his breathing difficulties were affecting his energy and stamina. 6. Vitamin C and vitamin D3. These two round out the formula's protective layer. Vitamin C is an antioxidant that helps protect lung tissue from oxidative damage, the cellular wear that accumulates from chronic inflammation and environmental pollutants. Vitamin D3 is increasingly recognized by respiratory researchers as critical for immune function in the airways. Deficiency in D3 has been associated with greater susceptibility to respiratory infections and slower recovery from bronchial inflammation. Both are straightforward but important additions that strengthen the formula's protective and immune-supportive capacity. Here is the honest assessment. Because my father was going to be taking this, and I was not going to recommend anything without being clear-eyed about the downsides. RespiFlo is sold exclusively through the official website, and there are 4 bundle tiers. 1 bottle, $79, a single month's supply. The starting option, though the price per bottle is at its highest here. 2 bottles, $118 total or $59 per bottle. A 35% saving over the single bottle price with free shipping included. 3 bottles, $177 total or $59 per bottle. This is the package I ordered for my father. Enough supply for a proper evaluation window at a meaningful saving. 6 bottles, $294 total or just $49 per bottle. The lowest cost per unit and the best long-term value with free shipping included. The brand considers this the optimal supply for full formula evaluation over an extended period. Given that RespiFlo works gradually and the brand recommends 6 to 8 weeks for meaningful results, the 3-bottle bundle is the practical minimum for anyone genuinely committing to the trial. The 6-bottle bundle makes sense for anyone who wants to give it a full evaluation without reordering. RespiFlo comes with a full 60-day, no-questions-asked money-back guarantee, 2 months of daily use, and if you or the person you're buying it for doesn't notice any meaningful improvement in breathing comfort, mucus clearance, or chest ease, you contact their support team and receive a complete refund. That guarantee was the deciding factor for me when I was researching this for my father. When a supplement company backs a product with a 2-month refund policy, it tells you something about how confident they are in what they've formulated. It removed the risk from a decision I was already fairly confident about based on the ingredient research. Always verify the current guarantee terms on the official site at checkout, as policies can be updated, and check in with a GP first, especially for anyone on existing respiratory medication. So, did I order it for my father? Yes. And he's been taking it consistently now for about 10 weeks. He's not a different person. His lungs are not those of a 25-year-old. But the rattling inhale across the dinner table happens less. The morning mucus that used to take him half an hour to clear is moving faster. He says his chest feels lighter on cold days than it did last winter. For someone who'd been stuck in the same cycle for 3 years, that is a meaningful shift. If you're dealing with chronic respiratory discomfort yourself, or if you're watching someone you care about struggle with it, RespiFlo is one of the more substantive natural options I found in this category. The ingredient logic is sound, the manufacturing standards are legitimate, and the 60-day guarantee means you are not taking a blind financial risk. The link is pinned in the comments. That is the only authorized source for the genuine product. If this review helped you or someone in your family make a more informed decision, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to Supplement Intelligence Review. I'll see you in the next one.